The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Thank you all for being here. I'm going to hand the microphone over to Coach Maxwell. He's going to say a few words, and then we'll introduce each of our seniors.
Okay. I'm going to say something about our seniors. They've been here for a long time, and we're going to miss it because they're also good. But, I'm going to take a moment to introduce our people we are losing this year. Okay, so we have Joe Calamano. Joe's done a great job as captain of the club team, and he plays a lead tennis. Okay, next we have Sebastian Reyes. Sebastian's one of those interesting stories. He's a guy who got to be a senior and said, you know, I need a sport. So he came up from fencing, and he's done a really good job for us in a very short time, knowing nothing about the sport when he started. Then we have Tim Theodora. Other than having a name that's been difficult for me to pronounce for 4 years, he's a legacy fencer in the sense that he had his brother Maxim years ago. Actually, he's your contemporary. This is Coach Chris. This is our new assistant coach. Anyway, Tim comes from a long line of FA fencers, and he's had outstanding 4 years with us, and he's done a great job as captain of the FA team, and we're going to hate it when he leaves. Okay, then we get my guys. Boys Sabre team, as you know, been following us, usually dominant team. This year's been no different. And this is the first time we've had 3 seniors in a while. Okay, so we have Navi Rockwell. For those of you who don't know, Navi is the county champ, district champ, and he's been an outstanding fencer for us for 4 years. So let's have a big hand for that. In addition to being a saber fencer for 4 years, been missing most of last year because he tore his knee up and came back strong. He's also president of the band, but I've known him as a fencer, and he's been really solid for us for the past 2 years. So we're going to miss him. This is Abe Perez. Theater, choir, all the other stuff he does other than fencing. However, he's been a really good fencer. He's been so good that over the weekend in the county championship, he finished second. So now
have 4 girls. First up is Maddie Wolke. Maddie's been our team manager for 4 years. She's basically my right arm, my right hand, everything that's important. A lot of the little things that she helps me with are truly priceless, and thankful that she brought her younger sister on board. I don't know what I'm going to do without you. I'm glad that I have to step down, but I think it's true. Evan's been with Bill for 4 years. Became a starter her sophomore year and truly invaluable. She's a great leader, great presence, and really going to miss her. Next up is Isis Velvis. Isis became a regular starter this year, and over the weekend she became the county champion in saber. So we're all and last but not least is Miss Hannah Lee. Hannah has been a 4-year starter. She entered starting spot as a freshman. Has had a great career here. Was a county champion last year. And we missed her too. We missed all 4 of them. It's been a wonderful journey. They have 2 county championships under their belt, 2 state team tournament qualifications, and a bunch of individual and squad medals. So really proud of this group here. And thank you for everything you've done for the team and for being such great examples, not only as talented athletes and fencers, but as good, very, very good people. That's Thank you so much for being here, and we're going to get started.
As welcome to Wayne Hills High School tonight. We have a fencing matchup on top between Passaic Valley Hornets and your Wayne Hills Patriots. I'm here with Jason Shulman and our guest color commentator, Cassie. And Jason, what are you looking to see tonight?
Looking to see a win from Wayne Hills to say goodbye to our seniors. We're going away in the summer.
And
Hills at the first point.
and what about you?
Can you repeat the question, please?
And what are you looking forward to tonight?
Tonight, I'm really looking forward to how they would beat the previous county champion. This team had a really good record last year, and tonight I'm really excited to see Wayne Hills win.
We shall see if that prediction will come true. As early on, some contentious battles in both the girls and the boys. Focusing on the girls, we have a battle here as both sides scoring some points early. What kind of strategy are you seeing here right now?
Right now, it is a really common strategy to go in and advance lunge at the beginning of every bout. I'm seeing a lot of straight attacks between both girls, but it's looking like it is working better for the Wayne Hills team.
And we shall see if that will work to their benefit. Jason, what are you seeing early on in both the boys and the girls matchup?
It looks like they're both playing kind of passive until they get pressured. They seem to turn a little button in their heads to tell them to start going. You know?
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get the engine revving.
Yeah.
As early on, our boys match up. Hills jumping out to a 3-0 lead.
Looks like the girls have won their first bout.
Yep, as the girls, Hills gets a point on the board early here. As Sadie Valencia from Hills goes to line up for her duel. What kind of strategy have you been seeing from Sadie this year? She's been excelled all year with a 20-3 record. Impressive.
Yeah, exactly. Sadie has done amazing in attacking, and her defense has grown so much over the years. You can really see it in this bout right now.
Indeed we are. As a tight battle early, but Sadie looks to be going ahead now. Going back to our boys.
Looks like
Hill.
Aiden Perez-Alcalde is winning 2-0 right now.
Yes, both sides. Hills looking really good early. favored tonight against Passaic Valley. We'll have to see if that comes to fruition. As Jason, I mean, what are you noticing in the boys' matchup so far?
They're playing strong, you know. Not really like much. Looks like they're calm.
As
Something out.
Hills and both the boys and the girls jumping out to an early lead.
As Sadie wins.
Yes. What strategies did Sadie use in that match to help overpower her opponent pretty handily?
Well, in Sadie's match, her attack was phenomenal, and her defense, you could really see it. She almost got all of her points in avoiding her opponent's attacks.
And we'll have to see if that can continue. Meanwhile, both sides looking good for Hills early on here. Up 3-0 in the boys and 2-0 in the girls. I mean, if you're Passaic Valley, it's not panic time yet, but you got to start trying to put some points on the board. Jason, what do you think about that?
Yeah, they have to. If they want to win, they have to play more aggressive. And Hills is prepared. They are well prepared.
Without a doubt, but I mean, as always, both sides got to remain mentally in control as the girls registered yet another point to make it 3-0.
The girls are looking very well right now. 3-0 right now. Looks like the boys get another point as well.
I mean, if you're Passaic Valley right now, what are you thinking?
Well, I would be thinking on how well the Sabres did with the Wayne Hills, but I don't know. The foil and epee can always be unpredictable at times.
How do you dig yourself out of this hole if you're Passaic Valley? If you're up defense next, how do you tell yourself, okay, we're down 3-0, but I just got to hit the go button?
Even if you're up down nothing, it's really important to think of as one bout as one win, and if one win, even if you get one win, it still counts. Every point counts.
That is true, and the game is not over until the win is not possible anymore, and until then you just gotta stay strong, focus on your match, and commit to winning. Now a contentious battle for both the boys and the girls, both sides going at it, and Valley registered Espional from Passaic Valley registers a point to cut the lead to 3-1 in bout. But Hills follows that right back up at the point of their own. Meanwhile, in the girls, going back and forth, less aggressive, more controlled strategy, but Hills registers yet another point. And I mean, Hills is right now almost to the point of domination.
Yeah.
Do you think?
It's 4-0. Wow.
Do you think they'll be able to continue this dominance?
I do. If they keep playing like this, they're very controlled.
Well spoken as
Nice
senior
chance for
Erin Hand takes the floor on senior night. Meanwhile, the boys starting up matchup, and Chester Dominguez from Hills. Who do you think has the edge in this boys matchup?
Well, I know that the Wayne Hills boys foil team has grown significantly over this year, so I put my bet on the boys for Wayne Hills.
And let's see what happens. Right now, neither side giving much as they continue, and we wait to see the scoring, but Dominguez does register the point. Meanwhile, in the girls,
Aaron Hahn is pushing up a lot of aggression right now.
yes,
She's playing very strong right now.
and it seems to be working in her favor without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah, just rushing up.
And it is.
That was very fast win by Aaron Hahn.
And Passaic Valley right now struggling to get anything going. Boys looking for a point
Boys
as
seem to be doing the same thing as the girls are, putting a lot of
boys playing very
aggressive.
calm and collected. I mean, when you're on that mat, how do you keep yourself from being over aggressive and making yourself susceptible to getting attacked?
Well, it's always practice makes perfect. In the beginning, it could be super hard to control your tempo and keep calm on strip, but we practice every day of the week, so truly it's just practice makes perfect.
Yes. As early on in this girls' matchup, Passaic Valley puts a point on the board. We'll see if that can lead to their first victory of the night. As a close battle in the boys' 1-point game, both sides going back and forth. PV with the lead on both sides. We'll see if they can maybe register their first wins on either side. Going back and forth, flaunting the sword as 4-2 advantage for PV. Just 1 point away from winning their first battle of the night. Once you get one, do you think it's easier to gain momentum for the next one, or?
It is definitely easy to gain the momentum, but it's also equally as easy to lose the momentum. You truly just gotta take the 1 point after another.
And that is a
The
great way of
girl
putting it.
for Hills has set it up in the girls' end.
And Hills, and despite going down early, Hills is back up, has a quick timeout. Meanwhile, we'll see if PV can score their first point for the boys. Battle as Hills gets the point there to stay alive. And no point registered there. Battling it out. Now the girls also battling it out. Collision with the swords. And girls take that advantage. And once again, both teams struggling to register a point in the boys.
The girls have won again for Wayne Hills.
And the girls extend their lead to 5-0. And what a comeback for the boys right here, getting back to 4-4 after coming down 4-2. Very aggressive play for the boys. Rushes. As Passaic Valley registers their first point of the night on either side, cutting the lead to 4-1 in the boys. What do you think allowed Passaic Valley to get that win right there?
Well, the foil for the Passaic Valley, who just won, seemed very skilled in both pairing and offense and defense in general.
Yes, started to squander the lead a bit towards the middle, but ended up with the win. Now, meanwhile, for the girls, less aggression here right now. Jason, which side do you think will fold first?
I think it's whoever makes the first move, because it looks like they're kind of standing there. They look like they're planning out their move. And PV gets the point.
And Passaic Valley staying patient, not getting aggressive, allowing them to get the point. And
As in the boys, they both 2-0. It looks like for Hills.
yes, and Hills reasserting their dominance in the boys is battling it out, but it's 3-0 lead early in this one. The girls, meanwhile, neither side getting too aggressive. Both sides patient.
I think Hills has to make a move in order to win.
And yes, something's bound to happen as Hills registers a point. Even higher. Yeah.
Looks as if Hiroki Dan has won his bout.
And a 5-0 win for Hiroki Dan, sweeps the floor with the competition. Now
Tim Tarabarov is going.
yes.
Oh, no, he's not. Never mind.
How would many different between the favorite foil, saber, and epee. Many different strategies on display here. How would you say your strategy would differentiate with each one? Say, namely the epee versus the foil or the saber.
Well, epee, you can tell right now they're going super slow. Their movements are totally controlled. Epee is just, that's how it is. You just gotta keep calm and pinpoint where your blade is gonna go. As did Julia Waymeyer, she just got that point. While foil and saber, they're much more faster, and you have to be equally as precise.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, just because they look different, they all require an immense amount of skill from both competitors. As in the boys' one, we start out as another epee duel showing similar patience. Both Wiemenheimers fencing right now. Julia and her brother.
As Hills takes a timeout.
As Devin Wiemenheimer tied in this one, his sister Julia, 1 point away, taking this win for Hills with about 47 seconds left on the clock. We shall see what happens. It's a contentious matchup.
You've seen this a lot from this so far. They both, as PV gets the point, it's now 4-4.
Passaic Valley ties it. Next point wins. As both sides struggling to keep calm as their matchup endures.
They're both looking pretty calm right now.
As Devin is 1 point away from winning. It's time. He's running out on this epee battle. 8 seconds.
And Hills does take the point.
As both Wiemenheimers win simultaneously. God love it if you're the Wiemenheimer family.
As Kaylin Smalls goes for the Hills, for the Patriots.
The girls simply dominant early in this one, as are the boys. 7-0. 7-0.
7-0 and 5-1.
Do you think it's possible for Passaic Valley to dig themselves out of this hole?
Right now, it looks like they can't, but you can never know.
On either side. And we talked about earlier, how do you get the mindset to come back from a big deficit? How do you get if you're fencing for Hills? What mindset do you have to not give up and keep going 100%?
Just the thought of winning the match, truly, even if it's 0-7 right now, and if I were PV, I would think every win counts, and you don't truly lose until you get halfway, 14 points out of 27. So technically it's not over just yet.
Indeed, but it is looking grim. Meanwhile, in the boys, a contentious matchup as we have the double epee right now between the boys and the girls.
As Kaylin gets another point.
Boys battling it out. Lunging.
Gets the point.
Gets the point for Hills. Neither side giving much for the girls. Boys bouncing on their feet. Quick on their feet. Both sides taking a lunge. Hills gets it. One point away from victory on both sides. And girls get it, and the guys get it.
They get another win.
They seem to be going and getting wins in tandems. Even though boys and girls are separate, do you think one can energize the other if both are doing well?
Definitely. Both the girls and guys cheer each other on because technically we're both one big fencing family.
And that's great. They practice separately, but at the end are separate teams. But at the end of the day, they come in with a common goal to get a win for Hills.
Yeah.
Now,
7-1 and 8-0. Domination by Hills right now.
yes, absolutely. Now, we see what will happen with the boys and girls as both sides getting ready to battle. And it is, so far, has been utter Hills domination, as we said. Now the girls begin here, smacking a little bit. A slight pause. Neither side registers a point. Again, goes for attack, doesn't hit.
Hills gets the point.
And what a move by Hills to get that point. What did she do there?
Right there, she kind of lunged, but
That's the best.
if she overextended that lunge, so technically it could be a flesh. It's a common type of move in epee where you overextend your lunge so you get more reach.
And great analysis right there. I mean, now Jason, what have you noticed so far between these two games?
I've noticed that the boys are playing very aggressive, and it looks like the girls are waiting to they start off calm, and then when the other makes the move, they instantly respond really fast.
Yes, indeed.
They
Even though
win.
they're both epee, the boys seem to be bouncing on their toes a little bit more, while the girls seem to be more calm, collected, and waiting for the right move.
Yeah.
How would you say the strategy would differ between the boys and the girls, or is it similar?
The boys overall, you can tell that they move a lot faster, quicker, and both their parries and attacks are very strong. The girls are also fast, but you can tell that the strength of their parries and offense is truly different.
Yes, indeed, as both sides tied in this matchup. 3-3 for the girls, battling. Some movement there. No points registered. Now they go back.
See
Colliding.
this a lot from Hills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Waiting for the
Same
right
thing.
moment. Hills. Both sides get a point. 4-4 is the next
4-4.
point. Will prevail. Jason, who do you think's gonna win this one?
I don't know. Could be anyone. And Hills does
As-
take it.
9-0 for Hills. And this one, all Hills from the start. Sadie Valencia first, second bout of the
City
night.
Valencia hopes to make it a double digits for Hills.
She won her first. Meanwhile, at the boys, still 2-2.
PV gets the point.
And what are you seeing from the boys right now? Is
Honest-
this 3-2 matchup?
They've been consistent. They've been rushing really fast. They've been getting the right moments, the right touches.
Yes, and you
Follow
got
and
it.
see.
Yes, and you got to. I mean, the Hills bench for both sides, loud and vocal, and you got to help fire you up. Passaic Valley with the much shorter
Currently
bench.
dominating right now, 4-0 again.
Yes. How would you say it affects? How do you say your teammates pick you up on the bench versus Passaic Valley, who might have a slightly smaller bench?
Well, you could tell that truly the differences in teams when Wayne Hills cheer so loudly for people on strip.
Yes. And I mean, that team spirit seems to be doing
Yeah.
wonders for them, as it is
Sadie gets
10
Sadie gets a second sweep to make it a double digits for Hills.
Sadie Valencia with a dominant performance tonight here at Wayne Hills.
It's like Isis Belvis is getting 3-0. She's sweeping right now too.
And this boys game contentious. Passaic Valley looking to register another point. 4-4. Next point wins for the boys. As the movement, the girls win another bout to make it 11-0. Meanwhile, the boys attacking. Hills gets it. Hills gets the win to make it 8-1 for the boys.
And so does ISIS to make it 11-0. Looks like.
Now
Yeah.
Hannah Lee, a senior, coming in for Hills. And on senior night, does that give you extra fuel to get the victory on a significant night?
Definitely. Last year, it was truly amazing to watch the previous seniors fence, and I can't wait to watch all the seniors this year fence. I know Hannah, Erin, and Isis are both really excited to fence and truly fence their best tonight.
Yes, I mean, this is one of your last moments in high school sports, and they want to live every moment of it. Meanwhile, stoppage in the boys matchup as the score remains 4-4.
Looks like Rafael Enriquez, another senior for Hills.
Looks like it's 4-3 in the boys matchup. Passaic Valley up in the girls matchup as Valencia giving Lee some advice right here. What do you think? Their fellow fencers are telling them in the huddle right now?
I think Valencia is telling Hannah to keep on going in her attack and don't hesitate, because I've been seeing a lot of hesitation in Hannah's movements. Her attacks are changing, though. I can see the determination.
As it definitely seems like she's coming out with more aggression than she was before, as now this one is quick moving.
And PV gets their first point
Passaic
against
Valley
Hills.
registers their first win of the night for the girls, make it 11-1. Now Erin Hand steps on. And that battling it out, and the boys.
And Raf gets another point for Hills.
Raff looking like he's 1 point away from making it 9-1 for the boys. As
Erin Hahn gets ready for her second bout.
back to the edge of the mat, and another win, 5-0 sweep for Raff to make it 9-1 for the boys. Now at the end, looks like a little get more disorganized. What happens when that happens?
Could you repeat the question, please?
At the end of that last bout, seemed to get a little more disorganized, some less form. What happens when that happens? What goes through your head when you just need to make a hit as the structure starts to collapse?
Well, whenever the ref resets the bout and they say on guard, it's truly important to breathe in and think about what your next move is going to be. As long as the match goes on, it is important to keep calm, and the longer the match takes, it's truly difficult to keep that calmness. But I can see it in the Wayne Hills players. They know their stuff.
Indeed, as the boys are on the verge of getting yet another point. Meanwhile, Hand registers a
As Erin
point.
gets another point as well.
Another 5-0 victory for the boys, 9-1. Now Aiden Perez coming off the boys' hand, battling. Ties it up 3-3 for the girls. As they go to timeout.
10-1 and 11-1 right now.
What advice
Complete domination from Hills right now.
Indeed. What advice do you think Coach Camano is giving Han in the huddle?
Just keep going, you know. You're in the lead. Just don't. Just don't mess up, you know. Just keep it going.
Yes. Now, a slight stoppage in the boys' matchup, but it's still 4-0 for Aiden Perez. My apologize. This is the start of a new map. 3 battling. Hills registers a point,
As Erin
and
gets another
Han
point.
is 1 point away from getting her second win of the night.
And Aaron Hahn does get the point to make it 12-1 Hills.
Passaic Valley puts a point on the board, but Hills responds immediately.
Aiden Perez gets another point.
As the boys, Aiden
As
Perez,
Aiden does win again, another win for Hills.
another 5-0 win. Passaic Valley hasn't registered a point in 3 matches. As a 10-1 lead for the Patriots. Jacob Blitzer talking to his teammates in this one. So it looks like both boys and the girls might be about to clinch. Once you clinch, how do you keep that competitive energy going for your next matches?
Well, as you clinch the meet, more newer fencers get to fence since you already win. Once it's 13 points, you already win the meet. And so both coaches like to input one of the newer fencers in so they get a chance to play the sport. It's truly amazing to see the new fencers on strip because you get the experience and new fresh faces. And so it doesn't get more competitive, although it does. It truly is a different type of a feel to the match.
And we will likely see that soon.
Looks like PV takes the lead against Hills.
Battling it out for the boys. Han giving some advice. And the boys, a contentious battle. PV looks to be putting something together, Espional. Now, we see an attack up for the boys. That's 3-3 battle there. Meanwhile, PV 1 point away from getting a point for the girls. As
Looks like Jacob ties
fends
it
her
up.
up for now, but still down by a point.
4-4 for the boys. Never mind. 4-3. Well, now it's 4-4.
Can Passaic Valley put a point on the board on either the boys or the girls? Fighting. Hills gets the point tied up 4-4. Meanwhile, the boys to the edge of the mat. Fighting. And
They'll go again.
they'll reset from there. Now, both sides 4-4. Who will register a point? For their side. Girls get the win. Boys
Hills
get
gets
the win.
They get
Both sides
coming down
simultaneously.
from a deficit. Hills was down 4-2, came back and won 5-4. Hills was down here again. Same thing.
Yes, now, as we approach clinching territory, as Han,
13-1.
we'll go in for the chance to clinch. Alexa Tunneman, the junior foil.
Does get the point.
Point for a point each so far. And meanwhile, boys, PV registering a point early. Sidestepping. Still 1-1 in both matchups. PV registering a point now.
Hills in the lead for the girls.
PV with an early lead for the boys. Meanwhile, tied for the girls. Hoping not to miss this opportunity.
Girls get another point. You can see PV is playing for. They're playing way more aggressive now.
Yes.
But Hills is responding very fast.
As girls could clinch
Girls
with this
and
point.
they do.
And they do. The girls have.
14-1.
The Wayne Hills Patriots girls have defeated the Passaic Valley Hornets as they put another win onto their record. As now we'll see if some subs get put in for the girls. Boys register. Passaic Valley registers some points for the boys, cutting deficit to 12-2. But they really need to start winning now if they want to have a chance in this one.
PV does get another point against the boys. As Kaylin goes again.
Now, if you're waiting on the bench, maybe you don't bench that much. How do you know if your name's going to get called or not?
Well, if it's for such a score like 1 and 14, then there's no doubt that either coaches would input any subs in. It is a really high chance that most of the subs that didn't get to play this season would get put in.
And if you don't play often, and let's say you come to some meets, close games, how do you keep yourself locked in and ready to fence at any moment?
Although it's true that you have to keep your focus on beating opponents, it's truly just have fun, make sure you're calm, don't pump yourself up. In the end, fencing is truly a really fun sport, and it's more fun when you don't put so much pressure on yourself. And if you're on the bench waiting to play, then you need to make sure that you're really calm and you don't pump yourself up and get points off of you and get defeated. It's more important to win and have fun.
And great words as girls may register
Down 4-1.
another point right here for Hills.
And they win 15-1, it looks like.
Yes.
Domination. As Hills take a timeout. Looks like Joe Catalano is talking to Hiroki Dan.
For the
What do you
first
think
time.
he's telling him right now?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, you can see the girls are about to start their new match, and Julia is about to start. You can see the foil boys team going in.
And now the girls back to epee, slower sport. Hiroki Dan for the boys down big for arguably the first time for Hills tonight. Passaic Valley seems to have gained new life as Dan registers his first point. Meanwhile, Weeman Hire for the girls registers her first point of the matchup. Neither side are giving much. The gym, silence and anticipation. what will unfold next. As I'll get a reset for the boys. Meanwhile, for the girls, looking for anything.
PV gets the point against Hills.
Yes,
For the
PV gets
girls.
a point.
And Hiroki gets a point for Wayne Hills.
Yes, Dan desperately needed a point there. He's working his way back from a 3-0 deficit. When you're down 3-0 in your bout, how do you stay alive? How do you know? Knowing your opponent has already beat you for most of the match, how do you completely turn the tables as Hiroki Dan aims to do?
Well, you have to realize that the bout ends at 5 points, and if it's 4-2 as now, then it is important to make sure that every single point counts. I've seen many fencers come up from a 5-0 to a 4-5 bout.
Yes, indeed, but it is not true to be true in this one, as Passaic Valley gets 2 in a row, and maybe the table's starting to turn. I mean, it would
They
be
could be calling
a
back.
historic upset, but still alive technically. It's not over until the points hit 14.
As Tim Tarubarov is going for Hills again.
As both sides in the FA, close game early, but under a minute, it's starting to flirt with the end of the time. As at this point, we'll have to see how that changes their aggression. Would you say the time is a major factor in your strategy in FA, or do you have to disregard it and just focus on your match?
No, in epee, time is actually crucial to the match because you only get, I'm pretty sure, at least 3 minutes for a bout. And if the time runs out, then the person with the more points wins. And if it's a tie, then it's a 50-50, and whoever gets the light has the upper hand.
Now, but Wiemenhauer is able to win that one for the girls, but
The girls get another point, bringing the total to 16-1.
now boys trying to regain on the point as some aggression this one. 4-2 for the boys as they look to get 13-3.
PV is still coming back. This could be a comeback for PV.
Yes, indeed. Girls battling.
Or not. Timmy does get the win.
As girls register go up 2-1. As the boys prepare their next fencer. Now the boys just one bout away from clinching yet another victory on this season. Backups on both sides getting ready to possibly put in the game. As a 16-1 lead for the girls.
Looks like Kevin Green is going for the boys, hopefully clinch their spot.
A timeout for the girls as they both try to reset.
Currently down 3-2.
As 1-0 point registered for the boys, but PV 1 point away from getting
Girls
their
up 4-2.
just their second point of the night for the girls. But Hills stays alive as narrows the lead to 4-3. Still 1 point lead now. Both sides battling. Hills ties it up.
4-4.
Winner take all. How do you strategize in a winner take all when it's 4-4?
You have to reanalyze the past 8 points, such as Meta did there when she disengages her into her opponent.
As another win for Hills. Down early, but coming back to get the victory. 17-1.
Kevin Green takes a jump in the air. It does not work in his favor.
Now the boys stops getting swept, but he wins his
He
bout.
does win and makes the score 14-3.
As the boys have clinched a victory over Passaic Valley, as both the boys and the girls have won their matchups tonight. Now we approach the later bouts. Battle. As PV, neither side can register a point for the girls quite yet. There's a timeout. Sadie Valencia goes to talk. Meanwhile, for the boys, a switch stoppage here. As we shall see what will happen in both matchups. Now, stopping both sides as they get ready to fence for the girls.
Can they come back from 3-1 down?
Well, that's a good start right there, as Schneers leads to 2-3 and going right back at it.
Back 4-2.
But now in a deficit, can they come back like they did last match?
Unfortunately, cannot. And PV does get their second point for the
As
girls.
PV puts up another point to narrow the lead to 15. Now, both teams looking great tonight, but what do you like their chances for in later competitions and tournaments?
Well, you don't really know anything about your competition until you meet them on strip. The first few points is basically about analyzing your opponent, see what they do, what they don't do. But it's truly, there's a split second in fencing where you have to decide what to do based off of what your opponent does. So you truly don't know how good they are or how bad they are, per se.
That is true. Season is winding down. One of the last games of the night. As both girls take a timeout. The boys, meanwhile, up 2-1.
The girls do get a point. Could they come back from 3-1?
That
Looking
Passaic
like the same
Valley
thing.
now might get their third point.
Looking like the same thing last time.
Looking for a comeback. Hills make some progress, making it 4-3. As the
Unfortunately, PV does get another point. Bring it to 17-3 now.
As
PV
Lee
gets
given
two
a
in a row.
standing ovation as she walks off. Final time at home on senior night. Some hugs all around, but the boys continue the action. 3-3, battling it out. Who's gonna get the victory? No sides giving up anything. Battle as registering a point is Hills. 4-3, 1 point away from victory as we get started again in the girls matchup. This is coming in for the girls. This is Sarah Park, a sophomore. As the boys register yet another victory.
Putting it up to 15-3 now. Looks like Parker Ali, the freshman.
As they,
Hills takes another timeout for the girls.
yes, Hills.
Not playing as good. They've lost 2 in a row to PV. Down 3-0 currently.
Putting
Now
in
4-0.
a freshman. He's 1-0, Parker Ali. Meanwhile, sophomore Sarah Park 2-4 on the year. As she falls in her bout as PV registers another point. Now, Ollie's trying to stay undefeated. Makes it 2-1. Battling it out. Makes that 3-1. Trying to get a quick win here. Loses his sword, but still managed to get it to 4-1.
Can he win?
As he
He
gets the
does.
victory and he stays undefeated. Now here comes Erin
Now
Hahn,
Erin Hahn goes again.
possibly her last bout on senior night, as nerves have to be flown.
Now
Buckling
for
in.
the boys, Adam Sheffield, another freshman, going up.
We shall see what lies for his fate.
Aaron plays very aggressive. I've seen that.
Yes, but
And it's working
so
in his
far
favor.
working out in her favor.
It is working in her favor right now. Up 1-0.
It's Hahn.
That's another point.
That she'll get a point. Meanwhile, battling with
Adam
the
does
boys.
get a point.
Approaching as 1-1 in the boys, 2-0 in the girls. Hahn
Aaron
gets
Hahn
it.
plays
3-0.
very aggressive.
Meanwhile, Sheffield battling.
Does
He
get another
registers
point.
2-1. Currently winless on the year. Can he get his first ever high school win?
Essos takes
It's
another.
4-1, 1 point away for Sheffield.
Could be his first win.
Battle. Which side's going at it? Passaic Valley gets it. Now Hahn gets a point as Sheffield falls 4-3. Now Hahn battling, looking for the clinch. Possibly her last point as a senior night ever. As Sheffield wins his first ever high school win.
And so
and
does
Hahn
Aaron.
gets the victory.
Her
A
last
win
time.
on senior night for Erin Hahn and a first ever win for Adam Sheffield. Just great moment. You love to see it for Wayne Hills. As a teammate, how do you support your teammates throughout the match, especially when they get a big win like both Erin and Adam did in their respective ways?
You can. I cheer so loudly, and I know everyone on the team cheers so loudly. We make special chants for them every year, and it is so amazing to see them win and lose and progress as a fencer.
Now, another bout of freshmen. Anyway, coming in for the girls.
And Ryan Kleinig.
And Ryan
is also
Kleinick
going.
for the boys. Kleinick up
Also-
early,
also
big,
without a
3-0
win.
in this one. Also looking for his first career win.
He does get another point.
As 4-0, 1 point away from doing so. Looking, trying to take advantage of opponent. He gets it. Ryan
Ryan and
Kleinick
Adam
with his
both
first
get-
high school win. As it is
Ryan
all
and
go,
Adam back to
good
back.
vibes for the freshmen of Wayne Hills. Now, anyway, another freshman so far. She is 3-1 on the year, looking to make that 4-1. She has shown some promise, especially for this team in the future. As Jacob Blitzer retakes the floor. As Annie 1-1. Now there's a
2-1.
battle between Blitzer. 1-0 for Blitzer. Way 1 point down. As Blitzer registers another point. Way down 2-1. And make that 3-1. Make that 2-2. As a fencer yourself, how did you feel after your first high school win?
It was truly exhilarating, but the process was probably better than the win, in my opinion.
Well, they do say the old adage, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And sports is a great way to resemble that.
Yep.
Blitzer up 3-0. PV registering a point as, meanwhile for the girls, PV threatening to put another one on the board. Battle. As Blitzer's 1 point away from winning his matchup. Meanwhile, Way down 4-2. Can she make the comeback? There she registers a point to make it 4-3. As separated. Now Annie going for it. As PV gets the win. As does Blitzer for Hills. Now for Hills, here comes a fencer. And getting ready to fence. Now for Hills, we got a battle come. Yup. As now getting ready. Espionage registers a point early for the boys. Now, both sides, girls battling it out, looking to get an advantage. Gets it for PV. Gets an early lead. Now, for some people that may have not gone defense tonight, how do you keep your spirits high, even despite not getting in the game?
Well, both looking at your teammates is part of keeping your spirits high, and playing as a team just makes it even better. We try to, at practice, we try to make sure that everyone deserves a chance to fence, and so we all practice. We both practice mentality and physical exercises. So even as a person who's always sitting on the sidelines, there's so many other things than playing on strip that you can do.
Well spoken. As 3-3 battle in the boys' game. Han coming out to give her teammate a refresher for the girls. As Espinal 1 point away from winning.
Does this get it? PV does get the win.
PV gets the win for
Against
the
the boys.
boys. Now slowly battling for the girls. Taking them down the line. PV gets the point. A battle. The girls, neither side giving an inch. As Venture's told,
As the boys start their next bout.
both sides brimming with aggression. Battling. As Andrew gets his first point of his matchup. And now Andrew looking for the other point as the girls still locked in a dead battle. PV ties it up for the girls. Girls, either side taking a thing. Boys lined up, ready to fight. PV gets a point for the girls. PV gets a point for the boys as well.
4-3.
The Hornets
PV get another point.
looking a little stronger than the leaders. Bout to this one.
Very graceful, I'm seeing.
Indeed.
And PV does take it.
Yes, PV does get another win for the girls. Now here's freshman for the girls.
Nadia
Nadia
Cufton.
Cufton, 7-3 record. As she ready to fight her brother Daniel, also on the team. 2-1 for the boys. Both sides ready for action. Boys battling, brimming their swords. Bouncing, just trying to make a move. Neither side giving an inch. Meanwhile, the girls line up an epee battle.
Andrew does get the point for PV.
1-1. Now, the girl. Now, I mean, who do it's Tess running down. I mean, who do either of you guys think should be the MVP tonight for both the boys and the girls? I'll start with Jason.
The whole team, really. They're really dominating right now.
And what about you?
I think I've seen Jacob Blitzer truly shine this year. I'm pretty sure he got second or first in counties this year. And for the girls team, I think Nadia, as a freshman, she's doing so well and as learning fencing in the first place, and as an epee player this year.
Indeed. Now, fencing season winding down as with most winter sports coming into February. How do you stay in shape between now and next November?
Well, coach always tells us to, as long as we keep on doing our runs and not slumping into bed or the couch, then when winter season comes, the first few weeks is just conditioning. So staying in shape is important, but we truly condition together as a team than alone off season.
And what are some other sports that fencers tend to do during the off season?
A lot of fencers actually, before the fencing season starts, in the fall season, many of our fencers are in the marching band. And I know after fencing season, all the fencers, or majority of the fencers, go do spring track.
How do you think sports like marching band and track help them stay in shape?
Well, I know, for one, marching band their coordination levels are top tier, and for track, well, their stamina is also top tier for fencing. So both coordination and stamina is what you need for fencing, which are two very important things.
Great points there. Now here comes for the girls, freshman Gwen Bakar coming with a 2-2 record. Boys battling it out. Neither side looking for a chance to attack. An Epee battle, but looking pretty aggressive for Epee, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Epee can be either calm and tranquil at the start, but hidden underneath that cold layer, you can see that both Epee teams right now, you could see the aggressiveness in both as Gwen gets that point and Timmy and his opponent are about to start again.
Great points there.
Gwen does get the first point for Hills.
PV ties at 1-1. Meanwhile, for the boys, Hills up with a 3-0 lead early. Battling. Trying to register a point. Will he get it? He does.
Tim does get it.
Now 20-5 for the boys.
PV ties it again.
As Gwen gets the 3-2 lead. Waiting to see what will happen next. As Hills and Valley on opposite sides for the boys. Ready for their battle. Aiden Chung. Just not giving much. Gwen registers a point, 4-2. 1 point away from getting a winning record in her freshman year. As this one's winding down, looking for any. Wait, if you're the Passaic Valley coach, I mean, tough loss. What do you tell them after the game to keep them encouraged?
Well, as I'm taking this as Coach Camano, where it's when we lose, as long as we tried our best, then our coaches would never be mad. As long as we had fun and we were respectful, had great sportsmanship, then a loss is never truly a loss. It's an emotional win.
And that is very important to keep team spirits high as we enter our final match of the evening for the girls. An epee battle. PV up 4-0 in the boys matchup. As battling, looking for an opportunity is Wiemenheimer. Chung gets a point right there for the boys, and so does Wiemenheimer for the girls.
Aiden gets another point.
Sean could on his way to maybe an impressive comeback. But PV pitches that one and squashes it. Crowd into this one. And we take a timeout in the girls' game as we prepare for our final bout for the boys. As time taking away on a win for Wayne Hills. A great night, and hopefully they'll carry this into the next game. Jason, what have you noticed tonight about their strategy?
They've been fairly consistent. The girls especially, they've played really calm, and then as soon as they've seen the opportunity, they went for it. They didn't hold back. They knew exactly what they were doing. And the boys are playing very aggressive. I've seen that all game. They're very quick to just jump on.
As the girls, 1 point, really 1 point away from ending this final bout at a win for the Hills. Women Higher battling. Now, I know it's not a competition, but who do you think was more dominant tonight, the boys or the girls? I'll start on my left.
Definitely the girls were more dominant due to the fact that usually we take actually a longer time in our matches, and we usually end after the boys end. But tonight we ended so quickly. We actually dominated against the Passaic Valley team.
Indeed, as
the girls
winning the
do.
final matchup 21-6.
As the boys are still going.
Now the boys trying to wrap this
Can
up.
they win their final bout of the evening?
Bout as both teams get a win on senior night. Impressive. As 4-0, 1 point away for the boys. A quick meeting.
Boys take a quick timeout.
Just 1 point away. Solidifying this. And Jason, who do you think was more dominant tonight, the boys or the girls?
Well, they both played really well. It's kind of hard to pick, as the girls are now elbow touching.
I would have to agree. Girls win 21-6. Boys, final battle. Who's gonna get it? 1 point away. Analyzing, scoring, but
PV
couldn't get
gets
it
the
there. PV stays alive, 4-1. Now he's approaching, shuffling, parries, goes to the feet, dodges. He dodges as well. With their swords, trying to get a victory.
PV does get another point.
PV surviving.
Trying to win the last bout.
As a lunge.
And Hills does win
and
the bout.
Hills gets the boys. Both sides
Both
winning
teams 21-6. Good job, Hills.
Yes, Hills with an impressive victory tonight on senior night. I'm Brandon Stone, signing off for Jason Shulman and Clara. This has been Wayne Hills TV. Good night.